A couple of weeks ago, I was spending time in one of my favorite wetlands when I heard the unmistakable sound of a Virginia rail. I followed the sound until it was louder. Judging by the volume, I knew I was close. But where was it? Well, somewhere in this vast sea of cattails before me. I decided to wait and see if there was any part of the cattails that moved, possibly indicating its presence, and at one point, that's exactly what happened. Of course, there was no chance of actually seeing it, but just knowing I was close was exciting. I made a post sharing this experience, and a few of you chimed in saying that you've had similar challenges in seeing this elusive bird. So, how do you find them? eBird is a great tool to guide you to areas where they've been seen or heard. Dawn and dusk in the springtime are your best bets. They like shallow wetlands with lots of vegetation. If you can get down to the bank, find a rock or a log to sit on, if there's one available, and stay put for a while. Make sure you have a clear line of sight, and with a little bit of luck, you might see one come out. This is why they're known as secretive marsh birds. The mystery bird we're hoping to see is only slightly larger than a European starling. It has the plump, chicken-like shape and an upturned tail. Its plumage is multiple shades of cinnamon and brown with white barring on the flanks. It has gray on the cheek, and a good portion of its bill is orange. Its range overlaps with another bird in the same family, the Sora. The quickest way to tell them apart is that Soras have a bright yellow bill compared to the longer orange bill of the Virginia rail. They're described as being laterally compressed. What does this mean? When viewed from the side, they look like a bird with some girth, or even when looking from the front, because they can retract their necks, giving them a rounder and stubbier appearance. But they have flexible vertebrae which allows them to stretch their necks like a bittern, giving them a more slender profile. This helps them to move through the dense understory more easily. This is also where the phrase, thin as a rail, comes from. Even the feathers on their foreheads are modified to be tougher to withstand wear and tear from the pokey vegetation. Long toes help them to walk on mats of floating vegetation, and they even have a small claw on the underside of their wings to help them climb up plant stems when foraging. They prefer to walk on soft mud and wade through shallow water. Occasionally, they'll swim or dive, using their wings to propel themselves. They can fly, but usually reserve this for migration. Their leg muscles are quite substantial, and flight muscles are proportionately much weaker, so their inclination to walk more makes sense. And what are they looking for in the impossibly dense environment of a marsh? They'll eat just about anything within reach. Small fish, frogs, leeches, slugs, beetles, and crayfish are all fair game. And lastly, they build dummy nests. False nests serve as a way to confuse and deter predators from the actual nest where the eggs are laid. Their predators are numerous, and they also share their territory with the marsh wren, which is known for pecking the eggs of its own species and others. Virginia rail chicks are balls of black fluff tinged with green, perfect camouflage for the shaded area of a cattail forest. So, if I should ever be so lucky as to see this elusive bird, I will definitely let you know. Do you have a story about finding the Virginia rail or any other type of rail? If so, feel free to share down below. Thank you for watching. That's all for this time. I'll see you again soon.